So welcome, family. It's so good to be with you today. As always, this time is very special to me. It's our time to connect and to be with one another and to get nourished through these practices. So thank you for being with me today and through this year. And I look forward to what's going to unfold for us all next year as we move into 2021. That said, we are going to start our practice seated today. So you might want to grab something to sit up on, and I'll give us all a moment just to get that positioned. I'm sitting up on a yoga block that I have a blanket on top of just for something a little softer. You could do something similar. You could just sit up on a blanket, a pillow. If a bolster is available, you could do that. Let your legs come into any shape that you choose. So I'm just sitting crisscross applesauce. You might choose something just a little different for your legs to help your knees and hips feel supported and safe. Taking this last moment to settle into the beginning of our practice. Once you feel stable and supported, bring your eyes to a soft gaze forward or let your eyes fully close. And for these next few moments, simply turn your attention to the flow of your breath and feel the natural movement of air as it draws into the body and releases out. Air moving into the body creates different waves of sensation, subtle lines of texture, paths of movement. Air moving out of the body creates another set of sensations, other waves of motion. On your next inhale, see if you can generate a little more elongation in your waist so that you're sitting upright just a little more fully. Now add a little more air to the length that you just created in your body by taking in a little more inhalation. Release a little emptier on the exhalation. Gradually add a little more air to each cycle of breath for the next few moments. More volume with the breath, generating more sensations of movement. Perhaps a little more movement and air, helping to draw our awareness a little more inward. Now take the tip of your tongue and press it up to the roof of your mouth, right about at the midpoint where your soft palate starts to meet your hard palate. By changing the shape of the inner mouth and moving the tongue, you might start to feel a different sensation or sound with your breath. You might note that this shape invokes a breath that moves a little more slowly, dragging across the vocal cords and creating a little vibration across your throat. Let all of your attention move into the sound, the textures, the sensations, movements, and vibrations of your breath. The next time that you reach an inhale full point, hold the breath full and keep pressing your tongue upward. Take all of your awareness up the body and to the crown of your head. Keep moving your awareness upward, your tongue upward until you feel the need to let go of that breath. When you need to let go, let the tongue soften. Breath moves out through your nose. Breathe naturally in and out. Feel the sensations of air moving through the pathways of your body. The more subtle currents underneath it. The next time you begin to inhale, sweep your arms out to the sides and towards your ears to any height that you choose. As you exhale, release the arms back out to the sides and down. Keep moving your arms up and down with your breath. With the arms ascending into the air and air moving into the body, feel the quality of expanding and lifting. Air moving in and out of the body together, creating qualities of fluidity, ease in our movement. Take one more cycle of this very simple shoulder and arm movement with breath. The next time that your hands and arms come down, stay here. Press the tongue up to the roof of your mouth where your soft palate and your hard palate meet. Press up a little more firmly this time so that you feel a slight stretch generated at the base of your tongue. Start to breathe a little more slowly, a little more fully. Take all of your awareness into the sensations, the pathways, the vibrations of your breath. Feel all the nuances that arise just during the inhale. Moments where that inward moving air pauses, it reverses course, it expands out, it draws up and down. Air moving out of the body has all of its idiosyncrasies as well. Sometimes there's this moment where outward moving air moves upward, where the exhalation pauses to take in a little air before it more fully releases. Feel and sense all these nuances in your breath. There is no one part of the breathing experience that is more true or more right than another. The next time that you reach the top of your inhale, hold the breath full at the top again. Maintain that steady upward reach of your tongue. All of your awareness draws up and out over the crown of your head. Take the energy from the breath all the way up. And when you need to release that energy, let the air move out and feel that energy like the sweetness of the moon spill back down through your body. Feel the truth of your breath. A truth which offers us a way to be with the varying paths and roads of our experience. Take anything that you might be sitting on off to the side of your mat. Once you come down to the floor directly, bend your knees to bring the soles of your feet to the ground and step or walk your feet so that they're about the width of your mat. Hands are any position on the ground behind you. Once you're here, swivel your knees side to side, keeping the knee behind the opposite foot. Using this motion just to create a little more freedom in our hips here. We were seated for several minutes of centering here. And the next time that your knees go to the right, take them down to the ground. Make sure, please, that your left leg is on the floor, not on top of your right foot. And then turn your torso so that you're a little more oriented towards your right leg and sit up nice and tall. Your left hip is probably not going to be equal weight to the ground as your right hip. That's okay. Take a nice full deep breath inhale here. As you exhale, pull your belly back. Start to round your spine. Drop your head towards your right knee. Inhale, slide out over your leg and lift back up. Exhaling, draw belly back, round through your spine, nose dives down. Inhale, lifting and coming up for air. Continue this motion, dropping down, lifting up, releasing, receiving, navigating these waters with ease and fluidity as we maintain awareness on the breath. Take one more cycle through this movement. And then the next time that you naturally reach the top, stay here. Press down into your fingerprints and cup your palms up off of the floor. Draw your shoulder blades together and down and see if you can generate just a little more lift in your sternum here. Think kind of like Sphinx or Cobra quality through the mid region of your chest. Very carefully start to make a transition. Left hand comes around to the ground behind you. Stay center, swivel your knees side to side a few breaths. The next time, knees draw left, bring them down to the floor. Again, that right knee is behind your left foot. Orient your torso so that you're a little more facing your left knee. Sit up nice and tall. When you begin your exhale, begin your descent. Pull the belly back. Create some flexion through your spine. Nose dives down. Lengthen out and up as you inhale, moving through the dolphin breath, rising and falling, releasing, receiving. All of this body movement and air movement and energy movement, creating a clearer and brighter pathway to the truth within. Just another 2 or so cycles of movement, depending on how quickly or slowly you're moving through this breath technique. The next time that you inhale to lift, hold lifted. Again, fingerprints to the floor, palms cupping up. Pull back and down through your shoulder blades slightly, a very subtle lift through your sternum, perhaps a very subtle widening across your collarbones. After you've released your next breath, just the right hand moves back to the ground behind you. Integrate with movement again, knee side to side. This time, drop your knees to either side of your choosing and start to make your way up for table position. Now, as you make this journey, family, grab whatever you need to support yourself under your knees or under your ankles. Yeah. Hands come to the ground, fingers spread wide, but not so wide that you're creating tension in your knuckles or in the webbing of your fingers. Once you feel stable here, start some movement. So you might start with a very simple cat tuck and cat lift. You might start here and stay here. You might find that you want your movement to evolve a little bit more. So you could come into a little more rounding and circling, adding more motion through your pelvis. If you're doing something that requires a second turnaround or a turnaround spot, go ahead, find that spot and start moving your body the opposite direction. Good. And now use your next cycle of breath to start making your way into a neutral pelvis, torso, and head. From here, take your right leg just to hip height behind you and bring your left arm straight forward, balancing table. Now, circle your left wrist and your right ankle, and then circle the other way. It's kind of like rubbing your belly and patting your head or something like that. All right, family, keep those limbs lifted. Now reach out through your fingers and back through your heel. Take the gaze straight down towards the floor under your nose. Press the tip of the tongue to the roof of your mouth, just as we've done in our centering this morning. Make sure you feel that contact, maybe even feel a little stretch at the base of your tongue. Let that create length and space from the center of your body. Soften your tongue and your mouth. Bring your hand and your knee back underneath you and take a few breaths through simple cat tuck, cat lift movement. Return to a neutral table position. Pause here. Feel the contact of your palms and your fingers against the surface of your mat. Feel the contact of your knees, your shins, and any part of your front ankles and tops of your feet touching the mat. Your two hands are having one experience. Your two lower legs and feet are having yet another experience. Can I be with both experiences and not generate greater truth or judgment around one or the other? Feel the balance and stability in your body here. Bring your left leg to hip height behind you and your right arm forward by your right ear. Still feel the truth of your stability and balance that has not changed. Circle your ankle and wrist. Circle the opposite direction. Release that movement, but keep your limbs lifted. Gaze straight down to the floor, eyes opened or closed. Take the tip of your tongue to the roof of your mouth and create a steady reach here. Draw all of your awareness to your breath. Feel the motion that's generated at the surface of your body from the breath. Feel the path of movement, the origin of the breath. All of these points equal in our experience. Bring your hand and your knee to the ground. Integrate with some simple cat tuck and cat lift movement. Come back to a neutral position. We're going to make a transition to standing from here, family. So you've got some options, which most of you are familiar with. If you want to have a place for down dog today, this is one place you can take it. Lift your knees off the floor. We haven't done any leg stuff yet today to speak of, so I'd probably make this dog dynamic. If you choose to go that route, you don't have to go that route. Sometimes I don't feel like a dang dong dog, bleh. All right. So walk your hands back if you're not wanting a dang down dog today, and slowly, carefully support yourself as you make your way to stand. We're going to take another few breaths to get there because I know we all have a slightly different journey to our feet today. And then once you make your way onto your feet, you might consider turning towards the long edge of your mat, but it's certainly not necessary. Bring a little distance between your feet and legs so that they're a little wider than your pelvis. This will give us a relatively good base to work with. Turn your palms forward. Let the webbing of your fingers lengthen down towards the mat. You might even feel the downward motion of your shoulder blades. Maybe you cast your gaze forward, but keep your chin lifted. Maybe you even choose to bring your eyes to a full close here. And feel the motion of air moving through your body. The inhale traveling down through the trunk and into all of your limbs. The next time that you inhale, sweep your arms out to the sides and up to a wide V. Your palms are still going to be facing forward. Expand out through your fingers, up through the crown of your head. Exhale, release your arms down and take a few little circles through your shoulders. And then circle back. Circle your arms back to their origin point, palms forward, webbing of the fingers drawing down towards the mat. Take the tip of your tongue and press it up towards the roof of your mouth, back where your soft palate and hard palate meet. Generate a little sensation at the base of your tongue, at the roof of your mouth. Feel the air vibrating through your throat. Maintain Manduki Mudra with the tongue. As you next inhale, bring your arms out to a wide V again, palms forward. Feel the outward reach of your fingers, the upward reach of your crown, all of your awareness moving up to the tip of your tongue and out the crown of your head. Expand from deep within the center of your being. Soften your tongue and your mouth. This time, bring your palms to unite and land at your heart. Bow your head forward for a moment here. It is shown during brain surgery that the brain moves and beats at the exact same rhythm of your heart. As you gaze inward towards your heart, feel this rhythm, this space here reflected back up through your brain, through your mind, and through your head. Roll your head to the left, bringing your left ear over your shoulder. Keep your left hand and arm as it is. Simply take your right arm behind you, place the back of your hand at your sacrum so your palm is open to whatever is behind you. Energetically draw down through your right elbow tip. Bring your hands to unite at the heart. Roll your head forward, chin to chest. Roll your head to the right, ear over shoulder. Right hand and arm stays where they are, left hand behind you, back of your hand to your sacrum, palm open to the space at your back. The tip of your left elbow pulling gently down towards the floor. Bring your left hand back to meet your right hand. Head draws forward, chin to chest. Feel the in and out flow of your breath, the beating of your heart. That rhythm of fluidity and openness reflected through our minds. Lift your head straight up to neutral. Interlace your fingers And open your elbows out to the side so that your palms are facing down towards the floor. Without letting your hands come apart, start to draw your elbows in opposite directions. Maintain that little bit of traction, elbows drawing apart. Now lift your hands and take them to the base of your skull behind your head. Maintain that drawing apart and wide through your elbows. Your head is neutral, right? So it's real easy to want to lift our chin here. Keep your chin parallel to the horizon. As you next exhale, very simple rotation. Take your right elbow forward, your left arm back, just bringing a little rotation through the mid body. Rotate back to the center. This time, rotate left left elbow comes forward. You're actually rotating right elbow behind you. Good. Rotate forward to return to the front. Release your hands from behind your head, arms by your side. Take a few circles and then circle back. Good. Reset the shoulders, palms forward, webbing of the fingers, gently reaching down towards the mat. Press the tip of your tongue up to the roof of your mouth. Use the upward movement of the tongue to generate length all the way from the core of your belly. Keep that tongue pressing upward as you next inhale. Take your arms out to a wide V again. Tongue remains pressing upward. The next time that you reach your full inhale point, hold your breath in. Even while the breath is held, feel the expansion out through your fingers, upward lift through your tongue and your crown. Exhale, bring your hands to unite in front of your heart. Feel the beating of your heart, the movement of your breath. Greater clarity and openness in the space of the mind. Release your arms down any way that you choose. Maintaining a little distance between your feet and legs. Turn to the right side of your mat so that your feet are scissored and your right foot is forward, left foot is behind you. Try to get everything neutral and forward as best as you can. Make sure that your feet are a little more like railroad tracks than a tightrope. That's going to help with balance. Once you feel balanced here, arms down again, palms forward. Inhale, sweep your arms out to the sides and up towards your head. Exhale, release arms out and down. Do that for 2 more cycles of breath as the arms lift. See if you can generate more length through your spine and waist, just like we did at the very beginning today. The next time that your arms are up by your head, stay here, please. Hinge at your pelvis, start to come forward and end around 90 degrees. Pelvis drawing back, arms and crown reaching forward. Take one more breath here. Root to the floor. Lift your torso and arms all the way back up again. Circle your arms behind you. Bring your right fingers around your left forearm and reach your left fingers towards your knee crease. Draw the shoulder blades together and see if you can generate a little upward lift in your sternum. So, just like we would in Sphinx pose, just like we did with the end of that dolphin breath today. Inhale, take your arms out to T position, palms down. Feel the stability of your feet against the earth, the strength of your legs. Feel an outward reach in your arms, the upper body light and balanced with the lower body. Bend your right knee a little and start to bring your weight forward to your right leg. Your left heel is going to come off of the floor. From here, now start to bend your left knee more and work to bring your left knee in front of your left hip. Steady your mind on the rhythm of breath. Let the rhythm of your breath translate as openness that moves from your heart to your mind. One more breath here. Simple transition. Take your foot straight down to the floor next to your left foot. Bring your hands to your heart. Bow your head forward. Can we bring greater connection between our hearts and our minds? Can we use these practices and the inner resource of our breath to cultivate that feeling of harmony with all ends of our experience? Bring your head back to neutral. Release your hands, arms by your sides. From here, step backwards with your right foot so that you come into a scissored stance with your left leg forward. Both feet are grounded, everything oriented forward to the best of your body's ability. Draw down gently through the webbing of your fingers, reach up through the crown of your head. Use the inhale to begin lifting your arms up towards the ceiling. Generate more length. Hold that length as you release arms out by your sides. Opening and lengthening and lifting with the inhale. Releasing with the exhale. The next time your arms meet your head, stay here. Hinge at the pelvis, move your torso forward to about 90 degrees. Lengthen from the very center of your body back through your pelvis, forward through your fingers and crown. Feel all the nuances of the experience, not just the ones that you're used to gravitating towards or the ones that make you feel better or feel better by feeling worse. One more breath. Lift all the way back up, arms by your ears. Circle the arms behind you. This time, your left fingers wrap around your right forearm. Fingertips of your right hand generally gradually move down towards the back of your right knee. Feel upward movement through your sternum. The qualities of openness moving through the rhythms of your breath, heart to head. Next, inhale, take your arms from behind you and out to T position, palms down. Shift your weight just a little bit to your front leg and bring a little bend in that knee. That's just going to help give that leg a little more stability. Start to bend your right knee a little more. Lift your foot and toes off the floor and bring that right knee towards the front of your right hip. Let your awareness move from the heart all the way up to the crown of your head. Feel the energy and the qualities of openness moving throughout your entire experience. No running away, no turning back. Next, exhale, simple release. Right foot meets the ground next to your left foot. Hands to your heart, bow your head. When the body and mind meet the rhythms of the heart, our whole life is at ease. Soften your knees. You can keep your head bowed forward. Hinge at your pelvis and start to come forward to about 90 degrees. Take your hands to your shins from here. Bend your knees as you need to get your hands down to the floor. And you can pause here and hang out for a stretch, right? So you've got some options. Full straight knees will give a nice hamstring stretch here, maybe a little glute stretch. You could bend your knees for a little more low back stretch. That might be nice. If you want another downward dog, here's a great time to take that. So just choose your leading leg and step back and come into downward facing dog here again. Good. Now, if you're in downward facing dog, hang out here another moment and then carefully bring your knees to the ground to come into table position. If you're in some variation of a fold, step back with either leg, bend your knee to bring the knee to the ground, and then transition that other knee back, table position. We should all land here. And then take some integrative movement. If you're exploring movement that requires a turnaround spot, take that. And then use your next couple of movements to make a transition from your hands and knees and all the way down onto your back with your knees bent. So take your time, gather up or move anything that needs to be gathered or moved. Coming down to our backs, knees bent, soles of the feet to the floor. Let your hands or arms just come wherever they want for the next moment. Regathering our attention around the flow of the breath. Keep your right knee bent and draw that leg over your torso. Hold either around your shin or behind your thigh, either way. Slide your left leg down to the ground flat and dorsiflex your feet and ankles. So your toes are pulling back on both feet, heels pressing away on both feet. Press the tip of the tongue to the roof of your mouth. Maybe you reach back towards the throat just a little bit farther this time. Generate the stretch under the tongue and let that create more space from your pelvis to your crown. Maintain Manduki Mudra. Lift your left leg just an inch away from the floor. You could stay here. You could also opt to lift your head and shoulders up. We're still in Manduki Mudra. If you've lifted your upper body, you can stay here. You can let go of your leg and reach your fingers down towards the short edge of your mat. Everybody expanding from your center. One more breath. If you've let go of the leg, take hold. Everybody, straight leg to the floor, head to the floor if it's lifted. Bring your right arm out to T position, palm up. Take your right leg over to the left side of your mat, coming into a spinal twist. Maintain a solid connection, please, between the right shoulder blade and the floor. You could place a pillow, a blanket, or anything underneath your right leg if you want some more support here. Sometimes I just simply put my hand, which can be nice. That even can work sometimes. Head can stay neutral. It could rotate towards the right. It could rotate towards the left. What do you need to let the body completely soften, tongue floating inside the mouth? The breath connecting the rhythms of the heart and the rhythms of the mind. The pathway between the two open and clear. If you've rotated your head to either side, bring it to neutral. Very carefully bring your right knee up out of the twist. Keep your knee bent and place the sole of your foot to the mat. Bend your left knee to take that foot to the mat. Pause here. Make any subtle adjustments or shifting in your pelvis and your body to come back to the quality of feeling more balanced and more even. Bring your left knee bent over your torso. Right leg comes all the way down to the ground. Both feet are dorsiflexed. Press the tip of your tongue to the top of your mouth. Feel the vibration moving from your heart through your throat and into your head. Vibrations of receptivity and openness. Lift your right leg just 1 inch off of the mat. Maintain Manduki Mudra. If you choose, lift your head and shoulders up as well. From here, if you choose, hands reaching forward. Everybody generating deep, deep space within. Breath and mudra, clearing the path from our hearts to our heads. Hold the right leg, left leg, and head release to the mat. Sorry, right leg. All right, so we're coming into the twist. Right leg is to the floor, left knee is bent, left arm to the side. Again, maintain a solid anchor between your left shoulder and the floor. Once you rotate your torso, you can opt to move your head in no direction or any direction. Tongue gently floating within the mouth. The space between the heart and the head open and luminous. After you've completed your next breath, bring your head back to neutral. Left knee stays bent. Bring it up out of the twist. Keep your knee bent, please. Bring the sole of your foot to the floor and then bring the sole of your right foot to the ground to meet it. Slide your legs all the way down to the mat and create a little distance between your feet and your legs. If you're wearing glasses, go ahead and take them off. And then everybody bring your palms to unite somewhere close to your heart. And feel the gentle rise and fall of your breath in this part of your body. Maybe feeling or sensing the beating of your heart. Start to rub your two palms together to create a little heat, a little warmth here. Once you've generated some warmth in your hands, your eyes will be closed. With your eyes closed, take your warm palms, cup them over your eye sockets. So don't press down, but cup them gently over your eye sockets. Breathe in that warmth. Very carefully, softly start to peel your hands from your eyes. Eyes remained closed. Bring your hands and arms to rest anywhere comfortably on the ground. And feel the gentle rise and fall of your breath. The soft and subtle beating of your heart. Feel the path between the heart and the mind as clear, as open, and as luminous. The center of our body holds our heart. The center of our being is our heart. When the path from the heart to the mind is open and clear, there's a great feeling of joy and freedom and brightness that comes from deep within us. That feeling of brightness and joy and freedom arises and holds steady despite our external or internal circumstances. This moment of peace and clarity and freedom is the true nature of who you are. Take a slow inhale through your nose. Let it out with a gentle cleansing sigh through your mouth. Bring some movement into your fingers and your toes. If you want to move your arms and your legs into some other shape, take a few breaths to do that. And feeling this clear path and openness, begin to draw yourself off of your back and onto your side. And then make your way up to any comfortable and seated position. Once you're seated comfortably with any support that you would like, let your eyes softly gaze forward or come to a full close. And feel the rhythms of your breath. Bring your palms to unite at the heart, the thumbs making gentle contact with your sternum. As we connect to this part of our body and this part of our being, let our breath be a reminder of our connection to our vulnerability and our openness. Lift your hands to bring your thumbs to make very gentle contact between your eyebrows at your third eye. May we remember the truth of who we are. May we be guided by the truth of our hearts. And may that truth always be illuminated by and expressed through our breath. Lower your hands to your heart. Once again, bow your head forward. May we all continue to experience the joy and freedom and peace of connecting to our hearts, our truth, and our path. Om Shanti Jai Bhagwan. Thank you all so much for being with me today. There are so many options in this world with what we can do with our time and our money and our energy. So thank you for choosing to be here. Blessed holidays to you all, and I will see you again in 2021.